My fiance's best friend's wife started drama at our wedding.
Maybe no longer best friend status.
We, bride and groom, are of different nationalities, living in a different country than our own. The wedding was held in my native country because it's just beautiful there, and everything was pretty much arranged remotely with a few scheduled visits. By the way, this comes from VCL Race, and if you want to share your stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So first and foremost, I'm happy to say that overall everything went smoothly and we had a happy engagement. From the planning to the wedding day, my now hubby and I organized everything together in a span of 10 months. And even though we were expecting way more drama, nothing really shook us as a couple or individually. Of course, we ran through some hiccups like family miscommunications about the details, schedules, airport rides, and last minute purchases. But then again, nothing really concerning until Miss, let's call her Devlin, enters the scene. To frame who Devlin is, she's the wife of the groom's best friend from childhood. The groom and his BFF live in different countries now, but maintain daily contact and are even in business together remotely. The BFF is married for a good 10 years, and all I know about the apple of his eye, Devlin, is that 1, she's some sort of party planner decorator. 2, she was a dramatic girl growing up, like being 18 years old and calling the police on her friends because they were smoking after a night out. 3, she doesn't really have friends nowadays as she's a full-on businesswoman. 4, for some unspoken reason, summed up to things like, she's just odd. Oh, that's just Devlin. It's not even worth discussing it. Things from the past. All the wives, girlfriends of my husband's friends don't like her. The ones that met her in person. The above are the very little and not reassuring things I've learned about Devlin during those months of planning. Until then, nobody really spoke of her. She was just mentioned as the wife of his BFF, a total side character. And note that I never met her in person until the wedding day. How did I come to learn these things about Devlin, you ask? How did this woman get involved with the wedding, you keep asking? Well, that's because when we announced our engagement, she very enthusiastically offered to take over the wedding decoration. For about 3 months, she bombarded my husband with texts, which is far from normal, saying how happy she is about us and how nice it will be to get everyone together after so long. How her elopement wedding didn't give her a chance to do decorations, which is now her calling. Low-key inserting herself as a type of friend she isn't, with the ultimate goal of doing the decoration. Brown-noser in my scarcely informed opinion. The decoration decision was getting delayed because I argued more than once that I didn't have a good feeling about going with her for the decor, and that usually these types of services, when provided by friends or family, can get tricky. Yeah, it's never like the best idea to do stuff with, like that with friends and family, because then money gets in, it can be weird.
Yeah, the money is the stickiest issue of all time.
Yeah. To which my husband argued that she was very much insistent that this was the gift she wanted to give us. We wouldn't regret it, that this was even an opportunity for her one-person company, etc. Basically, my husband is that kind of guy that is too good for his own good, and also a great representative of the stereotype we have of men, and he was clearly just damn tired of the texts, worn down, ready to make it stop and settle. So because of the type of decoration we wanted was very simple, minimalistic boho, and because hubby promised he'd be the intermediary between Devlin and I to ensure everything was as we wanted and I wouldn't have to deal with the stress or the person I have a bad feeling about, we closed the deal. The long distance arrangements were fine enough, even though I reiterated my bad feeling a few times along the way. The process passed through, simply explain and show exactly what we wanted. She then told us all the materials she needed and quantities, and we bought/ordered everything to have it ready at the venue 24 hours before the event as agreed. The gift was purely her service. Devlin arrived at the venue on the day before the wedding, just her and her husband. I started to panic as I couldn't see 2 people handling a full wedding decoration in 24 hours, and I wasn't the one arranging this deal. When I took it to my hubby, he said that he had arranged for some people from his side of the family to help her out beforehand. I felt slightly relieved, but still offered myself and some of family members that were willing to help out if needed. However, that was promptly refused. In the evening, I noticed that only her and her husband were working on the decoration. When I asked my husband about it, he said that she told the people helping her that she didn't want any help it was all under control. The wedding day comes and I was told in the morning that my husband's best friend didn't attend his bachelor gathering the night before because he was required to help Devlin. Well, she refused the help that was set up for her. But not my problem. It just starts confirming my gut feeling about this woman. When my bridesmaids and I were ready and it was time for the ceremony, our bouquets were nowhere to be found. Everything was ready, everyone was waiting, and I was stuck in the car while my mom was running up and down the venue, a big vineyard with accommodation houses around the whole property, looking for Devlin. A good 20 minutes passes and I'm still stuck in the car when my mom comes running with my bouquet. Very beautiful. And some hastily arranged flowers for my bridesmaids, clearly falling apart. My mom explained to me that she had to throw these together with the help of the venue staff, as it looks like Devlin was still busy decorating the reception, was gonna miss the ceremony, and didn't remember the bridesmaids' flowers. The ceremony goes on, all dreamy and beautiful, until Devlin shows up for pictures wearing a red dress. That in both of our cultures is offensive. If you wear a red dress, you're basically saying you have slept with a groom, FYI she did not, never, or that you'd happily take him from the current union. I try to ignore it and move on with my day, but some people were asking me directly who the woman in red was. Those questions didn't last much longer, but not for a good reason. The reason being, when the reception started, she changed her outfit to, drumroll, a white suit.
Oh, I don't think we've seen that combo before, where it's like you hit you hit both of the bad colors for the wedding. You should not wear.
Yikes. I didn't want to feed pettiness on my day. I wanted to just enjoy it. So I told my bridesmaids to just ignore her, as I would too. And I did, and had a lot of fun. Looks like being actively ignored and avoided by all my guests for the rest of the night must have struck a chord in her, because the next day she went back to the venue, not to help clean up, but to destroy all the flower arrangements, breaking them in two pieces right in the face of the venue staff that was supposed to keep them for another event, which was authorized by us, saying to the staff that it was her art. I was no longer there because we had a flight that same day, and I got a hold of the situation because one of the staff called me about it. But when I tried to get a hold of her, I couldn't. She even deleted/blocked us both from social media, and we couldn't do anything. I called my mom asking her to please go see what was going on, and once my mom got there, Devlin started to act like a little lamb, saying she was there to help clean out. In front of my mom, she was a completely different person than she was for staff. I started pushing my husband to call his BFF and literally ask what's going on. When he does, the husband is repeating what she's telling him on the side. We could hear her saying there were materials in the arrangement that were hers, like some holding plastics. BS! We bought it all. And if she wanted to keep whatever, why did she break the arrangements in half and fill trash bags with it? That conversation was just not going anywhere, so we decided to just let it go for our sake and his BFFs. We thought we were done with it when, during our honeymoon, his BFF calls all upset, saying that his wife is distraught because we went around telling people, other guests, that she did a crappy job, that we didn't like it, that we thought it was ugly, and that it had ruined our wedding. All lies. We didn't speak to anyone about anything. We were literally enjoying our honeymoon, and we did adore the decoration itself. We'd never say it was ugly. My husband had to send screenshots of his last conversations with some of their friends to prove that his wife is not, and never even was, a topic of conversation. But you know what should be a topic of conversation in your life? Listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime.
That's right. I know that's right.
No, that's right. And there is a little bit left, but honestly, I think your husband needs to have a talk with his friend and say, hey, this behavior is getting out of hand, and unless she can stop trying to drag our name through the mud, then we can't really see you if you guys are gonna keep acting like this.
Doing like the inter friend circle like politics play of being like, oh well, they insulted all my decorations. It's like now you're going out of the way to just mess up not just their situation, but like everyone in the friend group. You're messing up everyone's dynamic just to feel what? Like to feel important or seen somehow? I don't know.
Very silly, very silly.
I definitely know anyone wearing a red dress to a wedding is trying to be seen.
But to finish it off, I just don't get it. She's an acquaintance to me, not even that close to my husband, and she went out of her way to be part of our wedding as a director, to then crap directly on me with her outfit choices, and to top it off, tries to get her husband and mine to argue with each other? My question is just why? What motivates a person to do this? Is it main character syndrome? I'm still shocked to this day. And the question above all is, how is she not embarrassed? And that is the end of that story.
I have a great answer for all of those. And if you want the answer to those questions, you know what you just need to do?
Ask.
Just confront her.
Yeah, say like,
have a conversation.
Girly, why are you telling people that we're talking about you? Because we're not.
Exactly.
We're busy. We're not even thinking about you. But that is the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you and
see you tomorrow.